Live. Good morning, everybody. That used to be the way I would start my show. Back when it was me and Tom, when we first started. There's AJ. Do you remember that? The greeting? I don't know if you heard that, AJ, but that was the way we used to do it. And I feel good about starting today. I was wanting, I was like pins and needles, kind of wanting to start, and I was kind of doing a lot of inventory of my habits and places where I get information for my show, especially stuff about the jab or political stuff. So I go to some channels where I'm dealing with people that aren't Christian. And so I was absent from Arwen's show 2 days in a row, and then I was there today, and I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's worth at this point in time really messing around with too many people. Not because I'm judging anybody, right? Because I'm not. Like, I leave the door open for everybody, to do their best. And I get hey Cindy, how you doing? Hey Tom. And I have a pretty long history with Darwin. Few years of really, really, if anything, just trying to pull them over to our side. And this last week or two, right? Especially with like these other channels, Bible channels, smaller Bible channels, like kind of seeking me out for um, debate or discussion or whatever. I didn't go looking for that the other day to go have discussions with these guys. I didn't even know that one of those guys was even going to be there. And um, one of those guys made so many videos about us when me and Tom were doing the show that it was just, and it wasn't even like anything true. It was like silly stuff. And I don't want strife or any of that kind of thing, right? And so, I did pop on there, and give a little 10, 15 minutes, but I feel bad that I even brought viewers over there, because that guy was kind of like asking me 3, 4, 5 times, right? Do you want to come do a debate or discussion? And I was like, well, not really. Um, I don't know, maybe, and he kept asking me questions in chats, places where I would go. And, and then I agreed to it. But it's like, then I go and look at the channel, 'cause I should research these things before I even go over there. But uh, I didn't go over there thinking that I was going to be adapting their beliefs or anything. I was going to go there, stand on my own 2 feet, tell them what I think, right? And recently, right, and this is very recent for me, the last week and a half, I've been really focused on, hey, Hannah, and the last uh, couple weeks, I've been really focused on the fact that, everybody's digging into what they think is gonna happen, what they think their interpretation is, what they think. I get like 3 people that I respect a lot, right? Give me 3 different opinions about something, right? And obviously the truth, right, is objective, right? It's can only be one truth, right? And so recently, my stance has been, hey Amanda, well, I haven't seen you in a little bit, and so my position now is that, yeah, the truth can only be the truth, right? So um, the truth protects me, right? I don't need to I don't, like, yeah, it's good to have an idea of what's going to happen, right? But in my heart, I already know what I believe. I believe the Bible the way God sees it, right? I believe God's understanding of the Bible, whether I understand it or not. And so, because I know that I can believe that with complete abandon, right? Then I trust God that much to where even if I don't know what's going on, I trust Him, right? Then that Bible is there to protect me. And so my new view is, yeah, while I have my own idea of what I think is going to happen, I just my total final end all be all stance is I believe that Bible 100%. And anything that you want to bring here to this channel, right? Any kind of story or idea or whatever, we just run it through the truth, and figure it out from there, right? Uh, I think the more discussion, the more debate, the better. We dig and test all things until what we have left is an understanding of the Bible the way it is, you know? And until I understand the Bible the way it is, I'm just going to believe it with complete abandon, and and I pray and beg and plead to God every day. God, I don't understand everything in this book. I don't want to be deceived. I read it every day. I probably could, I read it a few hours a day. I could probably read it more, right? I could, I feel like I'm trying hard, right? God, please, um, I want to be right, and I want to love you right. I want to call you the right name. I want to tell you the right stuff. But I only know how to be accountable for what's in here because I don't trust anything in the world, you know. And so I think God knows our heart that we want what He wants, you know. And if we want what He wants, right, then we're not going to be scared to test these things that we know that we've dug. Because, like, there's a lot of times where even, say, 10 years ago, before all the truth started to be revealed to us, right, um, there was probably a pastor, a good, well-meaning pastor maybe, that would try to meld what he thought was true in the world with the Bible and get it to fit, and it made it comfortable for us that it fit, you know. But maybe it doesn't need to fit that way. Maybe it stands on its own, you know. And so while there are things that I do believe about the Bible that are hard for me to let go of, right? Like I might have to let go because I want to believe in not my own understanding, because I don't want to be deceived. I don't want to be tricked. I don't want to be, you know, of course I'm not going to believe nothing ridiculous, right? But uh, I want God to know I accept the word the way it is, and that's the way I want it to happen, and that's the way it's going to happen, and that's the way He wants it to happen. And if I have an understanding of it or not, then that's great. That's icing on the cake. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to have my own little understanding, and then I'm going to go to somebody and ask them a question, and then try to trick them, and then show them a verse and prove somebody wrong, or be a special boy and have my own little theory, you know, that no one else figured out yet, and try to get some recognition. That's not my ideal, man. Forget that. That's the wrong spirit. If anybody, if I'm going to run into anybody like that, right, where they want to say something absurd, right, and then say, oh yeah, here's a couple verses that support it, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if that's what I want to be involved with, you know, because I know I mean, look, that guy seemed nice enough when he came up and asked me if he wanted me to be on his channel. And, I seen some of his stuff. He seemed kind of well-meaning, I guess, you know. But I don't want to expose my people, right? That God is giving me, God is trusting me. Look, all you guys don't really need me, right? You guys are not dependent on me. You guys are strong people on your own. And God is making it easy for me. He's giving me responsibility over people that I can't really mess up. They could just go on their own, and they'll be fine, right? But if I do well, right? with the people that God is trusting me with, you know, then maybe He'll trust me with more, and then I will have a bigger impact on people's lives, you know. And I take this very serious. I take this very serious because anytime when you're talking about, now I profess right from the beginning, I'm not a teacher, you know. I'm not a teacher. I might be good at explaining things once I understand them, and I have a passion and a love that I hope that you feel when I talk about God. I hope you feel what I'm feeling. That it's I love God with a desperation and a reverence that is it's like I love Him with trembling, right? I love Him with fear, and it's a kind of love that I don't think you can have for anyone else but God, you know. And I know that uh, if God were to hold me in His hand, right, how tiny I am and how fragile I am, and just how powerful He is, I could be dust in 1 second, you know, and uh, He loves me, and that's very. I can't even think of the word to describe what that feels like, you know. And I hope that I'm able to express these feelings to you, and for you guys to know that even if I'm wrong, I'm at the very least genuine with you guys, and I'm, you know, because I take this serious. I don't want to lead anybody the wrong way on anything, right? This is exactly what I'm saying straight out. These are my intentions, right? I intend uh, to explain to people that I believe the Bible, the King James Version, 100%, every word of it, and that I love Jesus, and I believe that He's my Lord and Savior, and He died for my sins, and He is my salvation. He paid the price, right? And uh, so I love God. I believe the Bible, and that's my beliefs. And I want to express that to you, and I want you guys to believe it too. That's what I want everyone to believe in that comes here, you know. And not my understanding, not my take, not my you know, my little stories that I've made up, you know, after reading the Bible. Of course, we all have an imagination, right? And we read the Bible and we picture things, right? And maybe the picture in your head doesn't match the picture in my head, right? But those words are true for you and me the same, right? It's objective. It's not. There's not a million different ways for it to be true. It's true one way, and I can accept it, right? Even if my little way doesn't get uh, you know, the full you know, understanding and glory, whatever, right? I'm just a small piece, right, of a very very big puzzle, right? And I remember there was a time in my life, right, where and I think this is true for everybody, but see, I don't want to make the mistake of thinking that everybody's like me inside. I used to do that when I was a kid, you know. I used to think everybody thought like me, and then when I would say something, I would get weird reactions, you know. And sometimes I care about people long after, you know, I give people millions of chances, you know. And not everybody's like that. So I'll say this, right? I used to wake up in the morning, say a few years ago, 10 years ago, to be safe, right? And I was the center of the world, right? I woke up and I'm in the middle. And the world, right, is everything that I could see around me, right? And things in life were happening to me. And I was affecting it, and it was affecting me, life, right? And I was very much the center, very much at the center. And there wasn't, I don't think, a day where I woke up and I wasn't in the middle, right? And I thought it was my job to care about everybody. It was my job to help everybody. If somebody was hurt, it was my job to fix it. It was my, you know, all that, right? Instead of letting people handle their own business, handle their own problems. I was involved with everybody's problem and tried to help everybody, you know. And I realize now that when I wake up in the morning, I'm on the very, very, very outside of a very, very big thing, right? To me, the world is big, right? And it's a big group, and I'm not in the center of it. And the reason why I felt off balance so much in my life is because I'm 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 living life as if I'm in the middle, and I'm not. If life was looked at objectively, I'm not in the middle of it, and that's hard for some of us, right? Um, I'm just a part of the group, you know, and I'm a very small part at that. And I'm not the smartest. I'm not the funniest. I'm not the best looking, right? Right? You know, I'm not the best at anything. Uh, you know, maybe God has blessed me with being like, you know, above average at a couple things, right? To where I don't look like a fool, and you know, and I don't talk about things that I don't know about, right? I'm not going to sit here and talk about cars because I don't know about cars, right? I let people that know about cars talk about cars, right? And I just appreciate their knowledge, right? And the things that I know about, I'll talk about, you know, because these are the things that I know the most about for myself. And and even though that these are the things I know the most about, I know that there's other people that know far more about those things, right? And so there's layers and layers and layers of truth, right? Because there's layers and layers and layers of deceit out there. And for every layer we think we've uncovered, right, and we think we're home free, there's another layer of deceit, you know, and there's controlled opposition, and there's, you know, all these different, uh, you know, uh, you know, for lack of a better word, deceptions out there. And so, you know, I'm just trying to live my life the best that I can, you know, and well, I don't want to scare anybody out there, but I'm starting to have a little bit of stomach pain like I had before, and so I'm a little nervous about that. And you know, I could use some prayers with that. Um, and I found out today, I can't really give out any names or anything, but I found out today that a friend that I met online, you know, is pregnant, and and she's very happy about that, you know, and it just amazes me, you know, that we're all like in the midst of everything, right? I know people even without channels, right, that have become pretty famous in the truth community. They're well known, you know, well known people, you know, and you know, no matter who we are, and because if you look at our group, there's really not that many truthers. I mean, we all pretty much know each other, you know. I mean, there's two sides of it, you know. There's the side that's not Christian and the side that is, right? And you know, but we know each other pretty much, all of us, you know, and um, not I'm not saying no, but you know, we're aware of each other, right? And you know, we're all just people, right? But here's the thing, right? To the world, we're very much outcasts, and we're very much, you know, maybe even dismissed, you know. And in reality, we're the ones that know, and we want to do is help the other people. But I've never been the type of person to be confident or arrogant about what I know, to you know, to tell people, hey, look, this is something that I'm smart about, and I want to tell you about, and you know what I mean. I don't know how to assert myself in that way. I've always been just kind of naturally kind of a humble person, you know. You know, just because, um, well, I don't know. You know, I don't know why I am the way I am. I just know that this is the way my spirit feels happy, is when I just get to be myself, you know. And I don't know how to do it another way. And sure, I'm working on some things, right? I'm working hard on some things. And yeah, I'd like to be different in some areas, but it's work, you know. Like I remember I used to, you know, I don't know, like when I was in the military and you know, I didn't come from a very rich part of town when I was younger, right? And we moved a lot, and so I did curse a lot, and I did, I drank a lot. I smoked cigarettes, you know. I did everything that a person from where I'm from does, you know. And yeah, it was a lot of work to work on those things. And but to be honest, like I realized that I was never really like that to begin with. Like those are all things that happened to me because of influence around me, right? When I got to where I didn't drink anymore and I didn't smoke anymore and I didn't curse that much or whatever. Not saying that. I mean, look, we're all different. We all can do whatever we want, you know. But those things I worked on, and but I also want to work on being more assertive. I want to work on being more confident, and these are harder for me to work on. Is my point. And so for some of us, certain things are harder. And I know that maybe I seem like maybe I'm a little softer than most people, or more caring than most people, or that I'll put up with more stuff or whatever. But every time that I think about um, other people and how I feel about other people, I always start with how I feel about myself. What has God done for me, right? What did God forgive me for? How many chances did other people give me? Then I look at other people and I decide how much I'm willing to do for somebody else, And I always want to be able to do a little more for somebody else than people have done for me. Not maybe it's not for you. It's more for God or for other people, right? But but don't get it twisted, right? I do care a lot about you guys, I do. And you guys are the guys that show up here, and you guys want to hear my take on things, and you uh, give me this support in the morning to be able to say things that I want to say, and it really helps me kind of vent in the morning in one way. I mean, I do work hard on like kind of putting an outline and a message together, but really I pray and God puts something on my heart and I end up saying something that's completely different than what I had rehearsed. And so that part, of course, I give God all the credit for, right? And I'll say that I don't mind for if because at one point I was a broken person, I would say, and um, and I needed people to give me a chance for me to start fixing myself, to start really shrinking that ego, really start building my self-esteem, right? To where it wasn't dependent on what other people thought about me, right? Because there was times in my life where I would like hang out with like I'd hang out with my friends and I'd be very, very dependent on how they felt about me, um, for how I felt about myself, right? And I realized that the type of energy that I have is it could wear on people sometimes, right? And so while it's refreshing, right, for a couple minutes a day, or it might be refreshing once a week, right? People like it, right? If you had to be around me every day, 24/7, it's a lot of energy, right? And I get it. And so what I did was I started separating my groups up, right? Like, and hanging out with friends that aren't really connected to each other, right? This is really the start of when I realized that I was the type of person that needed to make a lot of friends. And so I'd hang out with these different groups, and then by the time I swing back around to the first group, it'd be 2 weeks, right? And everyone was always happy to see me again, after 2 weeks, hey, come on in. And you would be surprised what that does for your self-esteem. And then it got to a point where I just wasn't dependent on that stuff anymore. and now I can almost be completely isolated and spend. I love spending time by myself, and the way I feel about myself is the same no matter what other people think, and I think that that helps, right? I think I care more for other people, and I'm afraid to mess up for other people more so than I'm afraid to mess up for myself, because I know that if I make a mistake, right, it's just something God wants me to live with, right? It's something God wants me to strengthen myself on, and I don't try to view like, you know how in the Bible where it says, you know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spirits, principalities, right? It's I feel like no matter who the the friction is coming from, right? It's not the person. It's the thing that's coming out of that person is something I got to deal with in my life, and it could be anybody, you know. And so I try not to take things personal too, you know. And yeah, maybe I'm a little bit blessed in the sense that I'm able to get along with like a pretty wide range of people, you know. But you know, but just like it says in the Bible, we're at the point now where it's really got to start getting more narrow, and we really got to just kind of stick with people that are have, you know, have our backs. And I think that's what we've been doing, especially the people, you know, that are here. Like we've been, you know, really sticking together as truthers, you know, and Christians especially. And so I just say that, you know, I hope that I'm adding strength to your life, and I hope that I'm adding some kind of yeah, I'm introverted too. You know, I spend a lot of time by myself, but it's not out of loneliness or depression. I mean, I like spending time by myself. I mean, I talk to my kids every day. Well, I talk to my youngest kid every day without fail. Um, but you know, my oldest kid maybe every couple of days, sometimes every day, and you know, I do enjoy that. You know, and so I mean, I talk to my mom too a lot. You know, I mean, mostly. I mean, I care about her, of course, right? But I also feel bad that I have a brother that like lives very close to my mom, and um, you know, doesn't really see her as much as I want him to, you know. But I can't control what other people do, right? I can only, you know, maybe add a little extra of me to make up for that, you know. And that's only because I feel like inside I need to do that, you know. And so, you know, who knows? You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes I'll say something and I'll feel like I'm being smart about something, but then at the end of it, I'm like, you know, who knows? What do I know? You know, I'm just, I'm just a dude that is trying to put it all together. You know, just like you guys. I mean, we're in this together, and whether you know less than me or far more than me, uh, whether we like it or not, we're in this stuff together, and we got to work our way out of it, you know. And I think what helps us is that we have in common that we love the Lord Jesus Christ, and we are aware of the truth and how to get out of here. You know, at least we have the way out, you know. And I want to give as many people that way out as possible. You know, whether I feel like they deserve it or not, right? I want to give them the knowledge I have and let God sort that out, you know. And I worked out my own salvation with fear and trembling. You know, I try not to be bold with any of this information, you know. But anyway, I just want to say that I love you guys, and I know that some of you guys are staying up just to be in here today. And it's hard when you know, when you're tired and you live on the other side of the world or whatever. I really appreciate you being here, and it touches my heart, you know. And you know, I don't know. Even very small things mean a lot to me. So um, you know, I don't think that any of that goes unappreciated. I think about everybody and what they have to do to be here, you know. And so I consider all that, you know. And you know, and I even consider the people that are listening that aren't in the chat, you know, I appreciate them too, you know. And It's just been a real blessing to be able to do this every day. And this is all I want. I just want to do my little 30-minute chat every day and try to give some kind of encouragement and strength for people to to help themselves. And I know that you guys are going to go other places to get what you need to get for the day. So have a good day. God bless you. I love you guys. You guys have all been important to me, and I just want to say that, well, God bless and praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace. And have a good day.